everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Uncultured Pearls, where I talk about knitting, crocheting, diamond painting, and any other crafts I am currently enjoying. My name is Lucy. I am coming at you from Richmond, Virginia. Today is Saturday, November 11th, which means it was marathon day here in Richmond, Virginia. I did not run the marathon. I like to fancy myself a runner, but was not ready for the marathon. But I did walk over and checked it out this morning. Congrats to all the runners out there who did run, but now I'm back at my place. I did some knitting and I wanted to share my progress with you all. So as you know, if you've seen my last couple of videos, I am still working on the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along Geogradient, and I'm very far behind. I am fully embracing my pace. Just like I do in running, I also embrace my pace in knitting. And that means I am just now finishing clue 3. That's where I am at this point. Finished clue 3 today, except that I have not woven in my ends, but that doesn't really count. We'll get to that later. I've finished the actual knitting portion of clue 3. So I will show you that now. Here they are, my little wingtips. There's one, and there's two. And I wove in the ends on this side. It looks crazy, but I'm not trimming the little extra ends until after I block it, because I heard that makes it look nicer. I don't know, that might be a stupid thing I'm doing, I'm not sure. And then the other side, I have not woven in any of these yet, so that's gonna take a while. In my last video, I mentioned I wasn't quite sure how I felt about this part of the pattern, with all the slip stitches being on the right side of the work. Just kind of, at first, I thought it was weird because I was used to floats being on the inside of the work, like in a colorwork sweater. And here they're on the outside, making this kind of basket weave looking pattern. And now that I'm finished, I really love it. Like, come on, that's beautiful. And so unique. I never would have thought that slip stitches would turn out like that. I would totally wear a full sweater of this, or like just a blanket. Imagine a striped rectangular blanket of this pattern. Ah, would be amazing. That said, it did take a really long time to knit. I was a little bit behind from the beginning, but going into clue 3, I think I was maybe only 3 or 4 days behind. But you do the math there, it's taken me like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No, not 4 weeks, because the thing only came out in October. I would say it's been over 2 weeks though, just to do clue 3. But that's all right, you know? You don't win any prizes for finishing this thing quickly. But overall, I'm really loving the way this is looking. Like, definitely bold, definitely Stephen Westified, Stephen West-esque. But it's lovely. I don't know if mine is maybe smaller than some people's. Does that look a little smaller? It could be because I sized down with my needles, and I thought I was doing that to achieve the proper gauge, but my gauge might actually be a little bit smaller than the pattern. I'm not quite sure. But that's okay. His patterns are always so huge anyway that it's not like it's gonna be too small. Like, if I kind of pretend it's finished and wrap it around, like, it's definitely gonna be big enough. So this takes me to clue 4, which I'm excited for, but I'm also a little intimidated by. So I am gonna do the swatch like he recommends, because I guess the way you do it is you pick up stitches all along this outside, and then you do the dip stitch as he talks about in his video explaining it. And because you have so many stitches on the needles, since it's a new and unfamiliar stitch for most people, he recommends doing a little swatch first so that you can practice the stitch, because if you mess it up, it's going to be miserable to try to tink back or pull your needle out and frog stitches when you have something like 900 to 1,000 stitches on your needles. And I don't want to be in the situation where I've messed up and have to do that. So I'm going to practice first. I'm going to grab some old stash yarn and just do a little square and give it, you know, my due diligence and attention, and make sure I've got the stitch down before I move on to doing it on my actual piece. So I might start that swatch tonight. We'll see, because it is a 3-day weekend here in America for Veterans Day. So I've had some extra time to work on knitting, so I think I will start that. But I gotta be honest, I'm in a bit of a slump because clue 3 took so long, it kind of made me lose steam on the project. And I love it. I'm excited about the way it's going to turn out. But it's the kind of thing where I sort of wish I had a different project to switch off to, because I've been pretty much monogamous on this since I cast it on. In fact, I think I've been 100% monogamous. And I usually am not, like, I don't have a ton of projects going at one time, but I usually have at least 2 or 3 so that I can choose something really simple if I want to be watching TV, or, you know, if I want to practice a new stitch and focus on it. I have a more difficult project, because variety is the spice of life. It's what keeps you engaged in your knitting, and I'm a little tired of knitting on this, to be honest. So I have some things planned. I ordered a knitting book, which I'll just briefly touch on. I will share it more when it actually arrives, because I got it from Amazon. It's not here yet, but I ordered Knitting with Disney, or Knit Disney. I'll put the actual title in the description, but it's a Disney inspired pattern book, and I have a trip to Disney planned in January, and so I would love, if I have time, to knit a Disney inspired sweater to bring with me on the trip. And we're gonna see if I have time. It's unclear. I think if I took a break from this, I definitely would have enough time. But then again, I also want to finish this, so we're gonna see. The problem as well is that I haven't ordered any yarn with which to make a sweater out of this Disney book, so that's going to take some time for anything I order to arrive. But I'm thinking I might switch over, or at least kind of like split my time so that I have a sweater going and this going, and I can choose between them based on what is bringing me more joy at any given day. So that's my plan. Are any of you as behind as me or more behind than me? Like, if you are, let me know in the comments, because maybe that will make me feel better about myself and make me have a little more motivation to keep powering through. And also, if any of you have knit anything from this Disney book, because I've heard it's like semi-popular, so maybe some of you have purchased it before and know anything about it, or if you've used one of those other books, like there's a Star Wars one, I think there's a Lord of the Rings one, and a Harry Potter one that are all kind of similar style books where it's like you knit items that are inspired by a pop culture thing. So let me know if you've had any success with any of those. And yeah, today's video is kind of quick because like literally all I've been working on for the past 3 weeks is this and this. These little triangles have taken all my time. But that's the thing with knitting, right? It's a slow-paced hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I think I will leave it at that because there's really not anything else I can update you with. But thank you again for checking in, and hopefully the next time I have a video, I will either have a new cast on for one of these Harry Potter sweaters, or I will have finished this. But we shall see what I can achieve. Hope you all are enjoying this fall season as we ramp up into the holidays, and take care. Bye.